In 2016, I had the idea that someone should be having conversations with the early pioneers of fixed gear freestyle to sort of capture the stories while it was still possible and have these conversations with people that had a pivotal role in the early development. I was going to call it Trick Track Radio, and the first interview I conducted was with Ed Wonka LaForte. I don't know why I've sat on this for the last 8 years, but I want to put it out now and share it with the world. He's an amazing person who is likely misunderstood, but in this interview, you see a lot of his human side, and I really love him, and we all miss him. He's still alive. I just don't know where he is. Yeah, everybody thinks of him a lot because he had such a influential role on the development of the sport itself, and I feel like that needs to be highlighted more. So, lots of love to Ed and to the community itself. It's pretty cool that it still exists. Oh, I just realized I blend right into my background. Oh well. Love you all. And for context, because it starts somewhat abruptly, at the time he was living in Japan working on a fishing boat, and that's what we were discussing. Enjoy.
Wow, how'd you get there?
I flew here.
What brought you there?
I brought myself here.
Yeah?
I just came to live in Japan because I like it so much.
Yeah, I still haven't been.
Yeah.
It seems amazing.
Really? I
Yeah,
feel like
why
a
not?
guy like you with so much talent would have been in Japan already.
I have a lot of like friends and people that could lean upon there, but it just never came together, you know?
Yeah. Hmm.
So what's it like? What do you do?
I paint a lot of graffiti.
Ooh, bad boy.
I ride my bike around. You're a bad boy. No, I mean I ride. I've been painting more graffiti and doing more art than like
Yeah,
riding so much. But now I'm like riding again, totally.
yeah.
Yeah, I didn't have a bike for a long time. My bike went missing from San Francisco.
Oh, yeah,
Kind
I
of
hear
sucked.
they
I
often do
left
that.
my friend's gallery and I went back to get it, and it was gone. Like someone had took it from her. Kind of shitty.
Mm.
Yeah, but now like I don't. You don't know. You probably seen the name Seitaro.
Yeah,
Seitaro Iki. He
yeah,
like
yeah.
takes photos. Yeah. He's on his bike. I have his bike.
Okay, sick.
Yo, Japan's a trip.
Yeah, I can like everything I see
Experience.
from it. I'm like, fuck, it's so weird and it's so intense and like I don't know. I love their craftsmanship and their approach to things and their obsessions with stuff because like you know about getting fucking obsessed with stuff.
Yeah, this obsessive stuff, but then it's like I don't know. It's different. There's a whole different vibe here. Like, cause you can't be younger and better than somebody who's older.
What do you mean?
Like respecting elders goes to another level here.
Oh yeah,
A
but does it
whole
give it some
nother
order
level.
then?
What?
Does it like kind of give things a bit of order then? Because like you're like, no, I'm fucking older, so it goes.
Nah, it's kind of whack because like you got all these like I don't know. I call it senpai kohai bullshit because senpai is older and kohai is younger.
Right. Wait, oh yeah, because you're learning to speak Japanese too, right?
You know, really, really. But yeah, my girlfriend doesn't. She doesn't really speak English.
And you just like are finding a middle ground.
No, we like. I like learning. Like learning. It was like a lot of translator at first, but now we don't really use the translator.
But I mean, like maybe that speaks to like a deeper chemistry.
Yeah, maybe. You really have to like read somebody's emotions more.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? You gotta really be like something's bothering them. I know it, cause,
yeah,
and they don't have to tell you.
true.
But it's been a long time since I've been to Toronto.
Yeah. What was the last time?
with Tom Lamar when he was like bringing me up there to ditch me and hang out with that girl.
Oh yeah. The
And
one
then
he met off
he,
chat roulette.
yeah, and then he moved up there and lived
Yeah,
there
he,
for
he
3
moved to
years.
Toronto for a girl from chat roulette. It's incredible. That's dedication.
He's like, yo, we're going to Toronto to ride. And then I'm like, where are we going? He's like, to go meet this girl. I'm like,
The truth came out.
and we picked her up at a house party at like 5 in the morning or 6 in the morning. It was like daylight. She was like
Nice.
walking out of a house party. I was like,
Classy.
what? Real classy. The whole thing sounds terrible. Chat roulette, picked
Yeah.
her up at the house party.
But it made some kind of fun times happen, which is good.
I mean, I'm sure he was up in. Oh my god, I remember like talking to him on Skype. He's like, "Yo, it's so cold here."
It's pretty cold in Philadelphia though too.
Yeah, but you guys have snow on the reg. Like you got snow all the time to deal with.
It's like annoying.
It might be
cool
cold.
weather.
Yeah, it's like you got slush and shit. Like,
Yeah.
ugh.
I feel like I didn't get to ride with him that much when he was here, just because different schedules and life rhythms and like I was like fucking Tom LaMarche lives in my city and I'm like and he's probably out riding right now and I'm not riding. I'm just like at home doing some stupid shit or you know.
Yeah, he got. I don't know. He's doing really well though with like movie stuff.
Yeah, yeah. It seems like he's putting together a career.
No, he definitely has a career. He like just he stacks money and he like travels.
Yeah,
He rides his dirt bike in the mountain.
He's smart as shit.
Yeah. Premium Rush started it all.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe sometimes that's all it takes. You get sort of fed into that stream, and then you get hooked up with more and more stuff. And if you do a good job, and
You swim with the salmon.
So,
Swim with the salmon.
so wait, so you're working on a fishing boat, so to speak? Good transition there.
Yeah. Yeah. Like couple days a week. Well, it's like sometimes 2 days, sometimes 1 day, and they like pull. There's two boats, and they pull a net for like 3 hours,
Yeah.
and then well, you get on the boat at 2 a.m. You go to sleep. You wake up at 5:30 a.m. You pull out all the nets. You go back to sleep for 3 hours, and you wake up, and then they pull the nets in, and then you sort all the fish, put them in boxes with ice. Put them below deck, then go back to sleep for an hour or two, sometimes 3, depending how fast you get the work done.
Yeah.
Because it's like 3 hours in between every set. They just like drop the net in, and you do 3 sets a day, but you get to sleep a bunch.
All right.
I
Okay,
sleep.
so your screen is just grainy enough, and like with your hat and your mustache, like I can fully believe you're like an Asian guy. You know?
No way.
Yeah. Like the accent is, pretty authentic, Long Island, but like
It's not Long Island, no, it's Staten Island. Get it right, Tom.
shows how much I care. Though I'm like, I don't know, an island somewhere in the States.
Long Island, Staten Island,
I was like, I
Beach,
said, I was
Harvard.
like, I don't think that was right.
You came to Staten Island. You went to my high
I know,
school.
no, it was fun as shit. That was cool. And then, so whenever I see like BMX edits or whatever from New York City, and then I see the clips from the spots all around your old house, I was like, I know they like take the ferry over and
That's neighborhood.
like that wedge thing like that, like the basketball courts.
Oh, they took that out. They
yeah.
demolished the whole thing. Mm-hmm.
I feel like obviously I didn't get to spend a ton of time in New York, but I got to go there on a bunch of these trips and get to see little pockets of it. And I feel now, anytime I hear people talking about New York, I feel like I know a lot more about it. Just I feel like I kind of get a sense of where they're referencing, and I don't know.
I kind of miss New York. I miss being there.
Yeah. So
New York's so.
what do you
I was
have?
there
Like,
for like.
do you know what your timeline is?
I have no clue what my timeline is.
Yeah.
It's kind of like I've been going on visa runs, like going to other countries every 3 months, uh, to like renew my visa. It's only 3 months at a time, so every 3 months I gotta leave. It's
Okay.
just kind of stressful.
Okay. Right, to like reset your existence within that space.
Last time I went to Thailand, and I just like painted graffiti for
Oh, so you just
six
have to
nights
leave
straight.
Japan and come back.
Yeah, just I can stay in Asia, and so
Right.
it's cheap. Like my ticket to
So you don't have to
Thailand
come
was like
home.
$300.
Yeah.
Not really. Like make enough money to travel, and then like survival and weed.
Yeah.
And
Isn't
weed's so
painting that much
expensive.
expensive? Or are you racking Iraq?
I feel all my pain. no, no, but in Thailand I paid for it, but it was kind of cheap. Like I got like probably like 90 cans for like 100, $120 or something like
Right.
that. And I was like, I'm using them all.
Yeah. It's going down.
It's going down. I gotta use these before I leave. I can't take these on the plane.
Well, do you know what? I think, was it the trip that you came up and then like Naomi was gonna like drive up overnight and we stayed up all night in the garage when it was like raining super
No,
hard?
she did drive up. My ex-girlfriend did
Yeah,
drive
yeah,
up
yeah, yeah.
overnight.
And like we were like
Her,
trapped in
her
the
family's
first
from
Wynot
Toronto.
garage.
Oh yeah, in the Wine Out garage.
Yeah, and
And we
then
were like skateboarding, and I painted over there.
yeah, because we had just like a few cans. You kept like, "Yo, I'll be right back." You'd like duck out. Remember, you climbed up the electrical pole and hit the like little metal box. So there's still a wonk like 25 feet up on an electrical pole, and there's still like a big garage door. And that was probably like 2010,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, about
And
around then.
and I was keeping six. And you like gave me I took a can of yours after, and I did my first little tag on a garage door. That was my first like spray can outside on a thing.
That was the first time you like were like,
Yeah, here we go.
start your engines.
Dude, it's fun. It's a thrill, and like I fully get how people sort of dive right into it and make it such a big part of their life because it's fucking exciting. It's an adrenaline rush, and it's a cool thing, and it gets addictive. And I got like a little bit of momentum for a bit,
I've
and
been doing
then
it since I'm 11 years old.
yeah, so it's a big part of you then.
Yeah, like it's actually the one thing that I never stopped doing. Like, I played soccer, I quit that. I played football, I quit that. Like, I was like, you gotta stick to something. But I always stuck to writing graffiti, and I kind of like remember my mom being like, you gotta stick to something, and it's like, all right, mom, I'll stick to something.
So this is a way of like being like a good boy to your mom, and then like also like
No, yo, when I was like 8 or 9 years old, I remember my mom telling me like I'd be looking at graffiti, and she was like, "You better not ever write graffiti." And my mom actually one time like by her work is like a state park, and she saw some kids like painting, and she called the cops on them, and they got arrested.
oh,
And I think I was like 10 years old at the
yeah.
time. I was already like tagging with markers and stuff, but like I was like, what? You told the cops? Like, what? Why?
You rat.
Yeah, I was like, you snitch. My mom's a snitch. I was mad.
Yo, I've been like, so I'm pretty like passive with graffiti these days, but I point out to Hella like, oh yeah, so I have like a almost 3-year-old now, and I've been full time dadding
She's
with her.
talking, huh? She's like full-fledged talking now.
She's a
her brain
person. She
function.
does stuff. She's jumping off stuff. Yeah, she wants to like do grinds. She wants to like she's doing all so. Everywhere she goes, she's like, "Look, Dad, graffiti!" And she's pointing it out everywhere, and so I'm like, I don't know how much to
No,
encourage her because
you're
she.
super smart. And so is Marnie. So you got it. Like you definitely have a super smart kid. She's like
Yeah.
2 years old. Mine's a 4-year-old.
She's pretty.
She's like a 5-year-old, 3-year-old.
Yeah.
A 5, 6-year-old, 3-year-old.
She's
She's ahead of her
intense.
time.
But she's jumping off stuff and I don't know. She has a lot to say, like thousands and thousands of words. It's crazy.
That's so good. It's amazing.
And well, oh yeah. So what I was gonna say. Oh no, yeah. I was talking about graffiti. Actually, a bunch of my friends just happen to be super into it too. That's sort of kind of been all around me for the last few years. So it's sort of, I don't know. It's been.
Well, you like to do that tunnel climbing shit. It kind of like goes hand in hand with each other.
Well, do you know that's
Climbing
like
in
a
tunnels
thing we do
and
all the
stuff.
time? Like,
Yeah, you told me. You told me about how you
yeah.
crawl in the pipes and shit.
But yeah, so I really only go with people that like
It
we
goes
go to
hand in hand.
paint.
Yeah. Sorry, cat's enjoying.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing?
It's really cool. My girlfriend smokes pot. That's great.
I'm
That's
I'm
like a big
allowed to
deal
smoke
here.
pot. I'm a cool dad that gets to smoke pot at night. I don't even know. I vaporize now though.
Oh, healthy. Drink a lot of water. You drank like 2 things of
No,
water.
they were both like almost empty. I was like, I want the last bit.
Hydrate. Hydrate.
I'm trying to drink a lot less beer. I used to, cause like I was kind of telling you, I work every single night in my like I'm in my studio right now. I work here every night from like 9 to 4 a.m. and I used to be
Why don't you
like,
make straps again, bro?
huh?
Why don't you make straps again?
I'll make you a set of straps. I don't care. I
You
started
should just
making
make
rollerblade
them.
straps. Look, I made straps for my skates.
I started making rollerblades. I don't ride 60 I rollerblade.
Yeah, I'm obsessed with rollerblading. It's the best. You used to rollerblade a lot, didn't you?
Billy O'Neill is like someone the person I grew up next to.
Sorry, repeat.
Fish. You know who Billy O'Neill is?
Oh yeah, Billy. No,
Billy
oh, shit.
O'Neill.
I was always wondering. I was like, I wonder if Ed knows Billy O'Neill.
He's like a cousin to me.
Really?
No
Dude,
shit.
he's
No
incredible.
shit. No shit.
Damn. Anytime I want
No
to show
shit.
someone, I'm like, you want to like blow their mind with blading, like put on some fucking Billy O'Neill.
Billy O'Neill. Exactly. I'd be like, this is my boy.
Damn,
I
that's
grew up with this
crazy.
guy.
So, but then like you bladed with him?
No, I mean, I bladed with him. I know his mom. Kind of like we're really close.
Cool. He seems like a
But
pretty solid guy.
the rollerblades that are on the cover of the Truth 2, I think. No, maybe it's just the Truth 1. They're like Razor. Which ones? They were like gray. They're the first ones. And they put like like they put like a material on them. They're like gray and white and shit. But like it was when the Shimo 4th came out and they had like this new base plate and yo, they're such good skates. They're good skates.
So it's still in you. I can hear it.
No, I know about rollerblading, like heavy. Like I did it heavy. Like when I turned like 17, 18, like I was like not living at home and stuff, and like I was going to meet up with like Billy and Franco like every day, and like smoking and like trying really big shit.
Yeah.
Like, being, like, okay, like.
It just seems like it'd be such a good thing for your approach to moving through a city, like the way you want to thrash on stuff, and it'll give you more options for tricks to do, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I was rollerblading, right? And then like I got like a fixed gear bike, and then I didn't even want to like I don't know. I was just like I needed to make money, so I became a bike messenger.
Yeah. Oh yeah. How about this? Since I actually wrote down questions and stuff. So, like, do you wanna like sort of say sort of what got you into all of this?
Okay. Okay.
Doesn't have to be the same story you've always said. You can sort of reflect upon it with sort of where you're at now.
I mean, like, I have this weird, like, my mom's, like, I'm like, you know, like, the last couple of years, you know, like, I was like, I broke both my wrists for like the second time in a row.
Yeah.
Like,
Fuck.
and it was like I have this new thing that grows out of my wrist.
Yeah.
It's like this new, it's like an extra or something. Like it grew
Yeah.
a long time for that to grow like that. Uh, my doctor told me that he's not gonna cut me open this time. He was real. He just said, "No, I'm gonna take your insurance money." He was like, you're a wild animal."
Yeah.
He's
You're just
like,
gonna fucking do it again.
you're just gonna do it again, and it's gonna be if we cut it open, it's gonna be like it could be really bad.
Right.
So he's like, just give it time. And it took like a year for it to like feel okay. Now it doesn't hurt at all. But that's like almost like 2.5, 3 years ago.
Right. That's like a pretty big window with like something you really care about and are doing a lot, especially physically.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just like, I like kind of just like went to like doing drugs and painting graffiti.
Yeah.
And it was just like, that's what I'm gonna do. And that kind of was like, putting the drugs into it like made it like bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It made it because it's like a double negative.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, like if you got the bike and the graffiti, it's like you got your balance. But if you got the graffiti and the drugs, it's like
Yeah.
you just go crazy.
Yeah. You're bouncing
And
back and
then
forth between bad boy crews.
oh yeah, all types of bad things are happening. But I mean now I don't do drugs. I just smoke pot.
No, I get that. I get that. I've wound up in the same place. Like, I don't know. I don't want to. I don't know. I want to keep. I'm trying to like. I've been drinking fake beer and like smoking good weed. Cause do you know what I found? I got the same like dopamine release of like I'm indulging in this thing. You know, it tastes just like beer. I don't give a shit. Cause so yeah, I think I was almost gonna say earlier, but I kind of got distracted or whatever. But I kind of got in this rhythm of every night when I was out here working, I was also drinking like at least 4 tall cans of beer and getting like fucking wasted alone in my little stupid shack. And I was like, this has to stop, you know?
Did you ever take supplements?
What do you mean?
Brain supplements.
Oh, like Ritalin and stuff?
No. That's a drug.
Oh.
I'm talking about vitamins for your brain.
Oh,
Like
like multivitamin and stuff?
tyrosine, phenylene, HTP5. Like
Oh, no, I
these
haven't
are
really I
stu-
haven't dove into that stuff.
well,
Have you been
I mean,
leveling up?
um, wow. Yo, I'm not joking, Tom. I'm not joking. It's like some really next level shit.
Okay,
I mean,
like
I was just
describe.
like, I was a drug addict, full-fledged drug addict, like, uh, like addicted to opiates, and I came off them, and my mom was like, you need to take these brain supplements. She like read a book on it, and I did. I took them, and like for 6 weeks, if you take them, your like serotonin levels, like all your levels in your brain get replenished back to normal.
Right,
You
because
can
you're
keep
depleted.
like, and they say after 6 weeks, like I went 5.5, and I was like feeling great. I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy. This is amazing. But I went 5.5 weeks and stopped. But they say after 6.5 weeks, you will feel the difference. Like it'll start being too much.
Mm.
Like your brain eats it up, and then it's like, oh, now it's an imbalance.
Right. Too much of a good thing.
Yeah, they did a study in San Francisco, and it was like with like drug addicts and depressed people, and it was like an 83% success rate. People didn't go back to drugs. They were just like, I'm good.
So what exactly did you have?
I took like 25 vitamins a day for 5.5 weeks.
How do you know what to do and like how do you approach something like this?
uh, just you like if you Google like brain supplements,
All right.
like write it down. I'm writing that shit down. Yo, um, and you got to take magnesium with it. It's an activator. You need the magnesium.
Okay, magnesium, write it down.
No, but they like if you have like trouble sleeping as well, that's also like a chemical in your brain that gets depleted. That these help. So if like you have a problem getting to rest and your brain is like just going crazy, you have an imbalance.
Mm. Well, like I've sort of
Because
been.
they say this is the argument. This is why no one knows about it. This is why no one knows about it. It's because the pharmaceutical industry makes money off of creating deficits in people's brain. They help them short term and then create a further deficit, so you need more.
Yeah.
So they keep giving money. But that's why, like, I don't know. I think of the doctors, and I respect my doctor for telling me, "Hey, we're not going to cut you open."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was like, "Ooh." You're not, huh?
Yeah.
Made me question a lot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I didn't go to the hospital. I texted my doctor on his cell phone and sent him the video. It was like, yo, this just went down.
What
And
what
he's
trick
like,
was it?
it was in like a little commercial in the end of one of the videos. I think in Zane's video, like Can't Fool the Youth or something, like I like try to roll a ledge and like I knock myself out on the
Oh,
floor.
okay. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
that
feel
was,
like you might have like sent me a clip before it came out or something, like showing you like I just got fucked up or something.
yeah, that time was like the worst. I mean, I wrote again after that. Like finished up my what video was that? Word is Bond. Like I
Right.
finished up my Word is Bond part when it like after like a year, and then it was like still like fucked up, like, and I was still fucked up
Yeah.
mentally.
Yeah.
So it's like now it's like I don't know. I take writing like on a different approach now though.
Yeah. So I was also gonna ask sort of what is your current approach to riding and sort of your relationship with your bike in the city, or are you going more city or
I
parks and stuff?
I ride no, I ride in the city, I ride
Yeah.
street, and uh, the muscle memory in my body is like amazing. So like, I mean, I just like hop over manholes and like hold like I like try to like do manuals like on a BMX, but with like you see how I do wheelies now. Like I like kick it
Yeah.
all the way forward and like rock back and forth,
Yeah. That's sick.
like the whole balance. Yeah, I mean, it looks good aesthetically to me.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's all it is. It's the only person it's supposed to matter to, you know?
what?
Like this is a freestyle sport and you the only person it matters is how you care.
It's how you care, really, because it's not even it's not a team sport. But you know what? Like, I mean, everyone has their style. You know what I mean? I mean, that's something that never goes away. Like I told my little brother on the phone the other day. He's like, because he's really good at BMX, and I was like, yo, you need to meet up with my friends. They're like really good at riding BMX. And he's good. You
Out
know,
on
he
Long
does like
Island?
no, he's in Jersey actually. He's in Jersey.
Oh no, even worse.
Don't say that. But I know my mom moved to Jersey when I was like 14, and I went out there for like a year, and I was like getting in fights at school, and like it got to a point that I was so fed up in New Jersey in high school. This is like my freshman year, and I just sat there at the school, and they give me work, and I just pushed it off the desk,
uh,
and they kicked me out of school for that.
yeah, I was kind of wondering. I was like, how would you translate to a school environment? I feel like maybe now this version of you could handle it, but maybe not. Like,
If this version of me could handle it, like, and could I'd be excited to learn things and like figure things out, but like I thought then that like this is a waste of time.
of course,
This
yeah,
is this is a complete waste of time. But I also was like, I think a lot of kids these days they don't realize that they're schooling themselves all the time on the internet, on
of
Facebook. They're
course,
just
yeah,
like schooling themselves. Like they're
yeah,
on Google. They're like, what is this? What is
yeah,
this?
fully.
And that's kind of That's a hopeful thing, and also a scary thing. How do I do this? Let me go search YouTube.
Yeah. I know. Well, they're just like they're empowered in a way that is really unimaginable. Like to like kid me, like just have every single piece of knowledge in my hand at all times is wild, you know. But
Yeah, like imagine I could have done it again with the same knowledge I know now.
yeah,
It's really
but also
like
like I don't know, the teenage mind isn't ready to sit down and be calm and soak up knowledge.
that's true. I want to experience. Well, that's like I feel like I blew out my experience. I was like, I'm blowing it out without going full on experience, like
Yeah.
extreme. Like,
We probably do have a lot of street knowledge and you've experienced a lot of things. You've traveled lots of places, and having that world knowledge and that world view is infinitely valuable.
well, it's like, uh, yeah, I wanted to like it's so like it's different. It's different, different feelings from like every. I don't know, like traveling is. I need to travel. I get like freaked out. I'm
Yeah.
like, I haven't been anywhere. But like I like my mom was like I was trying to say this before. But my mom was like I was like, all right, I'm gonna stop doing drugs. Like I'm gonna like ride my bike again, and I'm gonna paint a lot of graffiti. I'm gonna do a lot of art. I was like, snap back to life. And my mom was like, you can't ride your bike anymore because she like thinks that like because I'm injured, how badly like I almost hurt.
Yeah.
And I was like the feeling of being like that, like I was like sort of like a failure. You know what I mean? And then to go back to like a normal life after a life of travel and like painting graffiti and having this whole extensive life was like that's not an option in my mind.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like she's like just get a job and
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like no like
Yeah. No. Yeah.
then everyone's like what's this guy doing? Oh, he got a job and he's doing this. It's like there's a lot of stories like that, like people that just like kind of like gave up and like like I'm not you like you're doing your company like you're like always trying to like follow things that like excite you and like me the same way like I need to follow things that are exciting me but if like you just like there's so many people that like I don't understand how they just gave it up
Yeah. Well, yeah.
like gave
For
up like
nothing, like not trading up or doing some other thing, like
not,
just like
not straight
I'm
up they're just
done.
like yeah they downshift they're like
Yeah.
not going they're
Yeah.
not like me they're like boom
Yeah.
boom.
I'm just I need the newness and the novelty and I milked all the tricks I could do on a fixed gear bike and every time I was going out I was just doing the same things and I need new trick high. I need to feel like I'm trying to
I
learn
know.
something
Dude.
and learning.
You're like hacky sack champion of the world hella long ago.
No, exactly. So I mean, like I competed in like the world footbike championships 3 times, and then everyone was like, "What?" when I just disappeared off into the bike world. But none of you guys knew that before that I was like really well known in that world, and they're all like, "Where'd you go?" And then I just disappeared off into I don't know whatever else I've been doing. Like it was like fixed gear for like 6 years, then BMX for one, and then blading now for almost two. You know?
I care like being like as that I was like pushing sixth gear like in the way I
Yeah,
was.
you were in a totally different position. Like you're way more invested in it, way more pivotal. And like I did some stuff like had a role, but then kind of like I wasn't as like this is me and I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna push it and take it to the next level. Like I wasn't that motivated, but you were, and so you have a totally different like take on how you exit or keep going. You know,
It really sucked because I was like the black sheep too.
bad boy. I, I
I
think I
was
called
the
you bad boy
black
like 4 times. He's a theme. He's a bad
bad
boy.
boy, bad boy, bad boy, bad boy.
Got to think of a different way to describe you.
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? Like I was the black. That's a good one, black sheep.
Okay, there we go.
I was definitely the black sheep. They were like everyone was kind of like.
But like maybe that's because it was a fresh take, and also it was a fair bit ahead of its time, and people didn't realize that because you sort of bring a different energy than a lot of other riders, and I don't know.
Well, like even you, like we had this talk like 10 years ago that like like it is possible to like do a tail whip and catch it in the straps.
Yeah, no, yeah, theoretically, if you can keep lifting up,
Theoretical,
yeah,
theoretically could if your straps were open, like why
of
not?
course,
Like
yeah,
it's
right in
like
the right spot,
like
yeah,
you could
yeah,
get back in.
yeah. No, I completely agree.
It's metal and cuckoo. Like and I was like, wow, that's amazing. You know what I mean? And that's really difficult. But I knew that like because it was ahead of its time. I was always like, like to change the whole bikes. Like it took Mike Schmidt to like for me to like agree to change the bikes.
Yeah, for sure,
You know,
for sure.
I was like, it's not ready. It's not ready because the owner of Gorilla was like said that we should make a 20 like a because I was like like we were talking about the idea of like a BMX type of fixed gear bike a 26
Yeah,
and then I was like no but it's not ready
yeah,
instead of the Kilroy
yeah. So,
just
how,
like that.
what was the evolution process on like the gorilla stuff, and how did you get involved with them?
Well, I was like what happened actually it was like the bicycle film festival had happened 1 year prior
New York?
and in New York and you were there and like we were all there and it was like a really good time and I was on IRO at the time,
Yeah,
and uh, Brent Barber had been seeing, I guess, what I was doing. He runs the film festival,
yeah,
and he and Dan Lieberman, I believe his name is Dan Lieb. Uh, they were making a video with Giovanni Pellizzoli, which was called "The Soulless Seal," and it was because there was fixed gear trick riding going on. They were trying to mesh the whole old school Italian frame building with new age fixed gear freestyle.
right.
And
Of course.
they chose me. And this
Yeah.
is like a Switzerland company who was making this movie.
Had they had one of them met you?
Yeah, with Freytag. No, they were just making this movie and they were like, they had the idea for the movie because they had the idea for the bicycle frame. Uh, and they made the movie. They did. I went to Italy. I hung out with Choach.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
and and
That wasn't the jumping
it
over
was
fire one, was it?
no, that was
That
like
was
the
way
orange.
later.
That was like the gorilla in Paris.
Oh, okay. Yeah, of course.
Remember that? It has a bike polo in it.
Of course, which you're a big enthusiast of.
Negative.
No, I. Do you know why? Because it's a competitive sport. That's why I never jived with it. I tried it a bit, but everyone's like, "I'm trying to win and beat you at this thing," and that's just not my energy. I don't give a shit. I'm doing. I wanna, and I started playing, doing tricks on the bikes, and
It's a team sport.
yeah.
Hey, you, where you going? Don't go. Wow, you look pretty. In an outfit. She was pretty.
What a sweetheart.
Come be me.
Man, so what's Fukuoka like?
Uh, it's like the southern city in Japan, and people really don't know about it. But it's like San Francisco of Japan.
Okay, I was gonna ask you for like an analogy.
Yeah, it's like, and like Osaka is like kind of like New York or Chicago, probably them mixed together, and then Tokyo is like the New York. You know what I mean? Like
Okay, yeah.
Tokyo. Like, Tokyo is crazy. I mean, like I'm not really a big fan of Tokyo. I mean, Japan's on a speed of, like already like the same speed as New York. So like a normal city in Japan has the same speed as New York.
Right. And then Tokyo is ramped up further.
Yeah, then it's like nah, that's too much.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, I like every time I go to like a different, even little city, I'm really kind of like, wow, like even this city is alive. Like I never even heard of this place. Like seems like there's a lot of things going on.
How long of a drive would it be from where you're at to like one of the bigger cities?
Well, my city's big.
Oh,
This
okay.
is a big city. It's
Right.
like Fukuoka is like Kyushu, which is the second island of Japan, and it's like known for all the food and shit.
Yeah.
Uh, this is like the biggest city
Okay.
on Kyushu. It, it's like cracking. Like it's like in other cities, like there's not that much graffiti, but in Fukuoka, it's like
Dude,
boom, it's everywhere.
I've been seeing on your like your graffiti Instagram just like I was like, "Damn, it's bombed. Holy shit."
Oh no, I've done like hundreds of films here.
I know, I can see.
I'm scared. I swear to God, I'm scared. I'm scared with all
Well,
the racking and painting, and I'm like this big tattooed white guy. Like I like try to dress up. I'll put on like fake glasses and like switch it up
how
all the
intense
time.
is their like equivalent of the Vandal Squad?
Well, I don't think they really have one like that, but uh, it is a crime, and you can go to jail for a couple of weeks over here.
Hey, how serious are they about it? Like not as serious as New York, I guess, because in New York it's like a big
They're
thing.
chasing people down, but like there's some. I mean, like I'm not only doing that. You know what I mean? That's what makes me afraid. Like I'm like, I mean, I'm getting all my paint for free. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah,
And that's a lot of paint,
yeah,
but
yeah. Because that's
it
like
works out.
because paint's not cheap, and I was like, how do you sustain that? But I get it.
Yeah, especially here, it's a lot. It's actually easier. So I'm just one
Well, I feel
little
like
gang.
they're probably trying less hard to catch people stealing in Japan.
Oh yeah, no, they're not. And it's
Yeah.
like kind of crazy.
So you're kind of just like in this playground, just like fucking like fuck it, I'll break the rules. I don't care.
Yeah, pretty much. But now I care because I've broken the rules a lot, and I'm like, huh, there's camera.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, what do you think of like how like people like Utah and Ether put their stuff on Super Blast, and then one of them got in trouble, and like
I mean, I try to be. Listen, I think of graffiti with a human emotion,
yeah,
because, uh, like, you don't post your pictures on the internet. You don't write "fuck the police." Like, you don't post your picture on the internet, like your face. You don't say "fuck the police." You don't say like I'm gonna do it no matter what, because it's like antagonizing somebody.
yeah,
You know what I mean? And then when somebody works for their money, and that's their paycheck, you're like disrespecting their way of life.
yeah,
So like, I try to paint graffiti, and just I'm painting graffiti to paint graffiti, not to say like fuck the cops, like fuck the cops in the sense that I'm gonna do it anyway, but not like not fuck you directly.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
How
Like it's enough of a fuck you just painting graffiti.
yeah, for
Like you don't
sure.
gotta say you on top of it.
Yeah, I don't gotta put it in words.
Yeah, if you write like I'm writing graffiti, fuck you, I don't care. Like I mean, I my mom is so angry about that. Like still,
Well, she probably cares more about like property damage and the repercussions, right? Or more about your own personal risk.
she's a little religious, and she's just like it's breaking the law.
Yeah,
And
it's
I'm like,
wrong.
it's wrong. And I'm like, well, it feels so right.
And isn't this my life?
It's wrong, but it feels so right. Yeah, but I mean, I had an art show here, and it's really successful. Almost sold out.
What
Uh,
like all original works, just a bunch of because so I think what a lot of people that like I didn't know until I got to know you more better and hang out with you personally, like your drawing stuff is super intense and like your character stuff, all the cool things, and that I wouldn't have known had like I not to get to hang out with you in New York all year like those times and
well, I'm I'm very like people. I feel like are just kind of like me being a graffiti writer. This is where it comes from. It's me being a graffiti writer. I like. Uh, they don't. It really doesn't happen too much these days. Back in the day, like older guys would be like, "You're a toy. You're whack." Like you know what I mean. So like, I really was like, "All right, like if I'm gonna be an artist, I gotta be like at a point that I'm like really comfortable with my stuff, and I gotta like it like a year later.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The same thing with my graffiti. Like
Yeah.
if I do it and then I like it a year later, it's good.
But like your
But
do your standards or perceptions not change over time, or like you just are like, oh, I do that line differently now, and I wish it looked like that.
well, more like I'm like everything needs to be the same and like when like not the same but the same size like on each parts of each letter like proportion and symmetry like means a lot to me and even in like in facial features like with like drawing and stuff and animals and all that like graffiti's helped me draw like a lot now. Like I can draw like a plane or a boat really quickly because I know all the shapes and how big they are and like proportionate. Like it's not like I'm just like drawing this wiggly line. I'm like straight. Like I'm like oh, and any angle it is, I can like think of it in my head and then put it into bubble.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's a but I feel I can't draw anything, and that's why I'm very like mechanical. Like I can design stuff, I can draw technical drawing, but if like you give me a blank sheet of paper, like draw something, like oh, like just it's not connected, and I don't know any of the stuff I've like painted in like the tunnels and stuff. It's just been I like figure out a thing. I'll take like a picture of a thing down and be like, okay, this line goes here, and you know.
That shit is like that's kind of like why I don't like I can tattoo. Like I tattoo like myself a lot, and I've tattooed a bunch of people, but I don't like tattooing like because I won't be a tattooer because or maybe later in life I'll just tattoo my own drawings,
Yeah,
but I won't tattoo like something like that I have because like looking on a computer, you know what I mean, and like on a light board, like I could do it. I could sit there and like copy something and make a nice sketch, but that's like really annoying. It
I
doesn't feel good.
I can well okay, so what it was I was going in the tunnels with my friends over the last several years, and just it was with like different people, not just graffiti people for a long time, and then slowly the only people that wanted to go in these like gross tunnels with me happened to be exclusively graffiti people, and they would all be painting and having fun, and then I was like, damn, I want to do that. It looks so fun. And like just a fill in itself. Look, I was like, fuck, I want to do that, and so I had to like figure out a fill in. So I was like googling all different and so I remember I was like, what letters do I want to use? And I ran up to choosing Wade or Wader because I was wearing waders. And I was like, since there's a W, I always liked your W's. So I just like Googled a bunch of your own stuff and then like loosely based some of the way the bits came together. And so I like fully robbed you to start my throw up. But now you do it way different than the one I bit. Like, it was
Yeah,
2013 when I looked it up. Like,
sounds about right.
your proportions are different now.
At least you know me.
Yeah, you're my boy.
It's like that's my friend. You like, yeah, he helped me out. You know, like,
Oh
yo,
shit.
look at the blood orangina they have
Damn.
here. So amazing.
I might go
They
refill
have
my
this in
water
the states
bottle.
now, right?
I'm just gonna run inside and refill my water bottle. But yeah, I'll fill up two. I'll be right back. Just leave it running. I'll be right back, okay?
Why you dressed so nice? Monday. Empty. So.
Long time no see.
Long time ago. Oh, you check your closet?
No. I'm free. What else is here? Let's see.
Ame.
Tokidoki最近.
Tokidoki.
久しぶり。long time no see.
What does Tokidoki mean?
Oh, Tokidoki, right? It sounds sick, right?
Yeah, what is it?
Sometimes.
Oh, Tokidoki. Hey, do you like me? Tokidoki.
Tokidoki. Ski? Tokidoki.
How comfortable are you in Japanese now? You said you've been learning. Not at all.
Listen, like the first thing I wanted to do is like learn numbers, and then who, what, where, when, and why, and how.
Is it hard to get around not knowing what street signs say? How do you get
Maybe
around
if you
in
have
general?
a phone, you say like "Simasen," which is like excuse me, "Simasen," and then you say like "Where is Doko?" You say, "Doko," and look and just point to your phone, and it'll be like point in the right direction.
That's pretty universal. If like a foreigner pulls up a phone with a map on it, you know you're about to have to give them directions, so it's not that confusing.
And if you're talking like a little bit like of what do you have? Your vape? Yeah, the vape.
you know.
What vape? Vaping.
It's not like a fucking vape. It's a vaporizer.
Don't call it that.
Wait. Vape Nation.
I don't even know about that.
I just saw a viral video.
Dude, know about that. I don't know.
No, I know about it as a joke. Okay, it's a joke, man. So yeah,
Dude, well, I'm trying to start like riding track bikes again, kind of.
hey, I was gonna ask you a bit about that too, because I just put together my old cutter. Oh, there it is. And it's fucking fun as hell. Like, I'm not excited to do like 26 stuff right now, but I want to.
That I'm getting an aluminum joint.
Wait, you mean like this Fuji Track Pro up here?
Maybe like that, but wider bars. Are those wide bars?
They're just so. This is just like my boy Brian. Actually, this is a graffiti dude's bike. He was like a bomber, like here, like a bomber. But he
What happened to that young Asian kid that we sang out with?
Swoo.
Swoo.
He lives in Vancouver. He graduated, and I think he has like a job in like banking or something, and he has a bunch of fancy cars, and he likes drifting and stuff.
Wow, from punk rock bike messenger to fancy car drifter.
Oh, Toby.
Toby.
Totally.
Oh yeah, no, Swoo's different. I know Swoo
Yeah,
drives
Fixer
cars.
Freestyle. Swoo. Okay, yeah. Toby, whose house the Why Not Garage was at. That's how you sort of met him and stuff. He's just a bike messenger. Lots and lots and lots of tattoos now. Just I don't know. He's like lots of hype and potential and not a lot of follow through on his life. You know?
There's a lot of bike messengers.
You know, it's
We
like
don't
a
want-
rut you can get settled into, you know?
We'll cut this out.
Yeah, you can say what you want.
You better cut it.
I'm putting everything in. Hey, my name's Edward Wonka LaForte. I write a lot of graffiti. I like doing drugs.
You can do like a little bit of drugs.
I will.
You gotta play it like a...
tidied up a bit. Like I
Gotta
don't
play
even know
it
how
like-
long we're at, but
Yeah, we're at like 55 minutes.
okay, sick. Like we can talk as long as we want. Like I miss you, man. I'm happy to talk to you a lot. But I might trim down some like gaps and stuff, and just to make it fit like close-ish to an hour. But I don't care how long we talk. Like I don't care if the first one's like 3 hours. I don't give a shit. So like I'm just gonna do as many of these as possible as sort of my version of capturing a snapshot of Fix Your Freestyle.
Are you gonna like release them one at a time?
Yeah, I think I'll get like 2 or 3 done, and then do like one like every like couple weeks. So I'm a bit ahead of it. But you're the first one.
Yeah, I'm trying to start riding track bikes again now.
Yeah, tell me about that. And also, yeah, so yeah, do that.
Because people really don't know how sick I am on a track bike.
Because you got the bike control, and you've got the power, and you can rip it, and you know like where all the forces have to go, and...
I want to do wheelie skids on a regular track bike far. Like
Wait,
like
can you do wheelie skids? That was always this thing I dreamed of. Like, wheelie skid, can you believe it?
No, I can do wheelie skids. Like I can put the bike, like I pull the bike all the way up to my chest and like stand straight up and then turn the bike sideways and it's like
On any terrain, or is like some stuff work best?
on anything. I can do it on like while I'm wheeling on the street. That's what I usually do. I do like hop up wheelie and then I'll like start going really fast and then I'll just like yank it.
Do you know what I was gonna say is, of everybody on riding a fixed gear bike, I think you have the best bike English. You know what I mean? Like it would like sass it in different ways.
Yeah, I mean, it was a language that's been created over the last 10 years. You know what I mean? Like, pixie language.
I know. Well, like, I love that there is its own unique thing. For me, that's why I'm a little bit more excited right now about the nerding out on my cutter, because I want to explore stuff that is really only possible with fixed gear drivetrain, like a wheelie skid. You know what I mean? Like there's all kinds of stuff that only we can do in our things, and I know obviously you probably went the furthest down the rabbit hole of how sick can you get at BMX on a fixed gear. You know what I mean? But then there's also so many other things too. Not saying you're not sick at, because then you do your skid stuff, and then I know. So anyways,
because there's only it wasn't even tell you the truth is I'm better on a fixed gear than a BMX bike. I can't do a tooth hangover on a BMX bike.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But that's because it's the language you've been speaking, and the thing, and if that's how you want to work with a bike, and I don't know, I get it though. They're all totally valid and worthwhile.
I don't enjoy riding BMX as much as I like riding a fixed gear. Anytime that I get back on a fixed gear bike, I can go back 8 years and be started from the bottom. Now we're here from nothing to something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
From nothing to something. It was nothing, and then now it's something.
Yeah. Well, so what do you consider the beginning of fixed gear freestyle? I'm not talking about fucking 1912 dudes doing, because there was definitely tricks on fixed gears then, but I'm talking this version of it.
I'm saying the beginning was when Kyo Curry released the video that
The cadence one.
Throw some D's on that bitch.
Yeah, holy shit.
And then Tom was releasing little clips and stuff on the internet.
Yeah, totally he was.
I was
So, but that was what, 2007?
2007. Yeah. Yeah, I was 17, 18.
Well, because MASH was 2007 as well, but there was internet clips and stuff going on before that, 2006, and track stands and.
Nah, but it wasn't like that. Because I was 17 on a fixed gear, and it wasn't like that. But I also wasn't nerding out and checking blogs in 2006.
What were the? Was it Trachosaurus and Prolly? Who were you checking then?
The beginning, the first one I was checking was Trachosaurus.
Yeah, I feel that was really the cultural center of where the headspace was of.
That was the first. That's where it started with Trachosaurus Rex. It was a blog spot first.
Yeah. So you consider Trachosaurus the seed of this conception of fixed gear freestyle? It wasn't named that to start.
That's where fucking the MASH trailer came out, Okay.
So I look back on that, just as I'm sort of building up to this, and I'm like, holy shit, MASH is kind of want to like kaboom, like this is how all the different ways you can do it. Do you know who I want to try and do one with? Is Dirt from MASH. Holy shit, that was Fixed Gear Freestyle. That was the first like this version of
Yo,
it.
he writes graffiti.
Does he? What does he write?
Do you remember when you were in New York? There was all those like I think it's a shark like character.
I don't know.
It's like he's through all this like water. Like, yo, he's like he crushed it in New York for a while. Like he was crushing it.
Really?
Just this character, he was crushing it.
That's.
I was like, whoa. I remember like, oh, that's the dude.
Have you met him?
Yeah, I know.
So, have you talked to him about Fixed Gear Freestyle?
Nah, but he like when we met and we were chilling, like I was on like a Brooklyn Machine Works that Charity and Co had given me after and that was before Gorilla.
Yeah, dude, I call the Brooklyn Machine Works the first Fixed Gear Freestyle bike.
It really was.
Because first the fork and then the frame came after, really. Like
rigid. It was like rigid, like it was strong.
Because we were all breaking like converted road frames and track frames endlessly, and just we kept replacing the broken parts, and then eventually had to come down to the frame. And...
my IRO lived
Yeah.
through some heat. Like I was doing wall rides on that thing, like all types of stuff, like grinds. I had like that Milwaukee. Remember the bash guard they came out with?
Yeah.
Dude, we were killing it with that thing. That bash guard, doing chainring grinds, just like on the chainring.
So on my cutter here, I was pulling together random parts from around all my bits and shit, and I had broken the non-drive side crank. I needed to find one, and I found in like my old like nostalgic box of like Tom stuff this like super grinded out non-drive side crank arm, and it was sort of like my first track crank arm that did all my first grinds trying to be like Tom LaMarche, and it's actually on this bike right now.
So your video, like that one where you're like your bike was crazy. You know, it's like it
Which
looks
one?
so decked out, and you're all like,
oh. Bootleg Sessions too.
that shit cracks me up, dude. Like,
but I eat shit when I celebrate. Like it's such like instant karma. Like fuck you, dude. Don't celebrate your own trick. And like whoa, like and it's just like senseless washout that's not even explainable. But I think it was just like the gods smiting me for being a stupid, cocky idiot, and I don't know. I was so obsessed with what was possible. What can we do? And as new things kept happening, and
didn't you travel with some like girl from Canada or something? Like,
who what?
didn't you travel with some girl from Canada on those trips?
Bootleg 3. So remember Trick Track? Oh yeah, I'm gonna call this Trick Track Radio, by the way. That's the show's name. Yeah, Trick Track Radio.
I have a Trick Track Radio.
This is Trick Track Radio, first episode. Welcome. So this girl, I hadn't met her, but we'd been like just friends, just like messenger and stuff through meeting on Trick Track, and then she got in a car accident, like a car hit her on her bike. She got an insurance settlement for like 10 grand, and she decided like, with this money, I'm just gonna go on like a kick-ass trip, and I'm gonna take somebody. And at that time, that was sort of like the heyday of when like Trick Track was really going off, and people were there talking about, and then so she just like, hey, like I got this money, I'm gonna go on this trip. Do you want to be the person that comes? I was like, what? Sure. So she was living in Portland at the time. I was living in Toronto. So the premise was like this was during I graduated from university in 2006, and the next 2 years I was just like loafing in Toronto, like in Oakville at my parents' house, like nothing going on. I didn't know what to do with my. I was just lost. I didn't know who to become, you know. And
cigarette.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cigarette. Remember that interview with me and Tori on YouTube? And I'm like smoking a cigarette, eating Starburst.
Yeah.
It looks so bad. Like, I like sent him a message like, Tori, can you please take that down? And he didn't reply.
Yeah, I think I remember even like talking about not liking that a long, long time ago.
Yo, it was mad funny. Yo, Mike posted on Facebook the other day. He's like, he's like, Tori. He's like, he'll either ruin your night or like something. Like like you'll have a really good time with him, or he'll ruin your night. Like,
I feel like I don't know. I fucked something up with him, and I don't know what, and he decided he doesn't like me. Like 8 years ago. I mean, like not not anytime recently.
yo, it's it's like Tori was a little different before he went to that school, Cooper Union. I
Yeah.
don't like bash him for it, but like it's kind of we would do the same in his situation. It's like when you're around, you're in a pretentious is a bad word to say, but it's true. When you're in that atmosphere, you're like judgmental and like not liking things, just being like me. Like that's what he was doing. He was like being an art critic in life, and it was like we're all like, oh,
Well, because do you know what I think the moment was it was one of the New York trips. I don't know. I was kind of in like this. Like I don't know. Like I want to always be like party. I'm in New York. You can like grab beer at the bodega anytime. And like I had gotten some beers and then we just stopped by his house and for some reason I was like, I'm gonna have one and like it was so like I was the only one doing something like that and I feel like that was the moment he started looking at me differently right after that moment and I don't even know what happened the rest of the night and where we
you don't
drifted up
smoke
and
weed or drink beer or nothing.
pardon.
You don't smoke weed or drink beer or nothing.
He doesn't, yeah.
No, I think his dad drank or something. He just really doesn't like that shit.
Yeah, so maybe that was enough for him just make a judgment call like I don't need that in my life or Tom doesn't have the right energy that I want to be around. Who knows? Like or maybe it's like nothing and it just like circumstantially
You know
whenever
what's crazy though? Yo, everybody didn't like him.
well, of
Remember
course,
everyone?
like when he first showed up like on Trachosaurus, like this skinny Huffwedo guy, and we were like, "Who the hell is this guy?" Doing his Keo spins and throwing his bike, and everyone got mad that he was throwing his track bike, and
And then we were like, but like he came from New York. I remember I was like staying at some girl's house, like and I was like 20 years old or something, like 19. And he came, and he had saw me riding on the street, like, and sent me a message, like, "Yo, I seen you riding on Bleecker Street."
oh really?
And he did because I lived right around the corner, and he was with his mom visiting New York from Georgia because he was seeing the school he was going to.
Oh okay.
And then he showed up, and he sent me a message like, "Yo, I live here," and I was just like about the fixed gear shit, and had started to believe in what could become.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna meet up with this kid," and I met up with him, and I bring him to Charing and Co. And I was like, "Yo, this is Tori," like,
Yeah.
and yeah,
So
he just
you
we
guys
would
probably
be
rode a lot together then, right?
all the time. He lived at my house.
Right. That
He
yeah.
lived, he lived with me and Naomi for like 3 months. I know Tori. I know Tori well. He lived with me.
Yeah.
No, because he got scammed. His mom got scammed out of money for his apartment, and he had nowhere to go.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and I let him stay with me for 3 months for free
Do you
in
remember?
Manhattan.
Do you remember
In Manhattan.
what Huffwedo stands for? I just recalled it. I've been doing this 5-HTP stuff, man. It's really got my mind sharp right now. And
You Googled it, hey, you fucking-
no, I just remembered. Okay, it's an acronym in reverse. It's one day I will find her, and then that reversed, like the first letters of all those words. One day I will find her, and then reversed.
One day I'll fly away.
Whatever. Oh wait, so wait. I realized I got sidetracked a while ago. I went on a big trip. She flew me from Toronto to Vancouver. We met up there and then rented a car and just drove south down through like all the cool cities. Like spent a bit of time in Vancouver and then went to, like Portland. We swung through Eugene for an afternoon and then down into like all through California, but like and then once we got to LA, we flew to Hawaii for 2 weeks. and stayed with one of the guys off Trick Track, this cool guy, Matt Ching, who was also a big writer, and so I met all his friends who were all writers out in Hawaii.
Went to Hawaii. I remember you went to Hawaii. That's right. What was the kid's name who was good in Hawaii?
Fuck, I filmed his stuff, and that wound up in Bootleg Sessions 3, like, because I filmed a whole bunch of people down the coast, sent all that footage to Bird, and, like, a bunch of people got parts in Bootleg Sessions 3 because of my footage I filmed on that trip. So, fuck. I'm sure it'll come to me in a sec. I'll just go do a little more 5-HTP, and then I'm good to go. I'm not trying to pick on you. I actually do want to learn. That stuff I want to learn about.
Yo, I learned about it, and I believe. I'm a believer. I'm against the pharmaceutical industry, and I believe in that type of medicine from like plants.
Do you listen to podcasts at all?
My mom listens to like a lot of talk radio, and like I understand. Like she listens to what's his name? It's like some god dude. Fuck, it's good. Hold on.
I wouldn't know it. I don't know anything about God stuff.
Joe Olstein.
See, I don't even know. I'm happy I don't know. I don't know any God stuff.
He's not like that guy. He's kind of like a motivational type of speaker, like that. You can and you will.
So, well, I mean, technically this is a podcast. I just hate the word podcast, so I'm calling it Trick Track Radio. That's a better name. Let me got my list of stuff.
Have you gotten to any of that?
Some of them. How previous freestyle sports and how they've shaped your approach to the bike stuff. Do you think at all, or is it just like you plus a thing and then shit happens?
Just I like extreme sports. I don't like. I mean, I like sports. I played football in high school, and like, wait, check it out. I don't like practice to practice in some sort of conformity, like to be like made to do like textile practicing. Maybe we'll say that textile. Like it's very like textile.
Textile is like fabrics.
Exactly. Like.
Oh, okay. See,
textile practicing. It's the same thing every time. You know what I mean? And you're like it's repetitive. Where like with extreme sports, like I'm gonna do whatever to get better, and I'm gonna take it at my speed.
Yeah.
And
well, with a lot of these ones, they're better is subjective too. Like one person's opinion of what is the best is different than anyone else's too.
I mean, there's always gonna be someone who gets better.
Who do you see right now that's like actually coming up and kind of exciting? That's like
Jimmy Watchett.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah, he's amazing, right?
I watched that kid since he's like 12 years old.
Yeah.
I saw that kid.
He seems pretty incredible.
Yo, he's he was so little. He was so little when I met him, and now he's taller than me. He's like really tall. And he smokes mad weed, and he only got like a 40, and he's quiet, which is cool.
How old is he now?
He's like 17.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like Jamie Watcha, and who's the other? That kid from Long Beach. What's his name? No, Miguel.
Oh, I don't know. What does he ride?
Anthem.
Yeah, yeah. He does like nose manual stuff.
And Elliot Milner. And Elliot Milner has been riding for a long time.
Dude, okay, yeah, I feel like I underrated him for a long time, and now like he everything I see from him, I'm like, wow, that's really impressive and so clean.
Wasn't he riding like during Midwest Mayhem 1?
I don't know. So him
or maybe Midwest Mayhem 2. Because, like, I remember being somewhere, and, like, he came, like, he was coming, like, people said he was coming, but he didn't come, you know what I mean? They're like, oh, yeah, like, niggas from L.A.
Really?
were there. Yeah.
I don't know if he was on my radar at that point, or, like...
It was in the airport. He really wasn't, like, so many people were, like, popping up that, like, it was, like, hard to keep up at that point. Like, I didn't even know, but... There was like tons of like even like big stuff was going like down. Big stuff has been going down for like a long time now.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, Jonathan Ball has been a longtime favorite of mine.
Yeah, but I don't
Not your
know.
style?
Well, I mean, he likes. I mean, he rides like those the bigger wheels. You know what I mean? And it's not that I hate on bigger wheels. You know what I mean? I just think there should be some sort of difference
Yeah,
between a
well,
track
but
bike
but
and
I do feel
freestyle.
like so for me, he's one of my absolute favorite riders because so like him and like Matt Reyes that they've taken the like spinny loopy doopy stuff and a lot of the like bike control from BMX stuff and made a cool blend that I always aspired to, but I just never reached that level. And you know what I mean? Like what I always wanted to do is I feel like my stuff in the revival was the closest to my how I really wanted to ride of spinny stuff with jumpy
I feel
stuff
like a lot
and
of I wish the revival was filmed a year later,
right.
just
We've all
one
been
year.
like a bit more refined or bike styled in, and
Even the bike I had to ride for revival sucked.
it was a gorilla, right?
That blue one, that thing was. Remember how tall it was? It was all like,
Yeah, yeah, and you broke it on that set that was like your ender.
yeah, what I do?
The you hopped on the ledge, rolled down the ledge to got from the flat to down the second set, and when you landed, the frame broke.
Bing,
I
bing,
have the piece I have is from your blue frame. I have a piece of your blue frame.
bing. It had that V gusset on it. Remember?
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
So
What
you
is
didn't really
that?
have any input on that design?
Nah, it was like choked. That was Giovanni Pellizzoli, like trying to make a trick bike. And then what happened was, I was it was so expensive to build these samples over and over again with
Yeah.
Giovanni Pellizzoli.
And you kept
Like
breaking
it's
them.
like I kept breaking them, and then uh, we just made we found a new type of steel, the Columbus Spirit tubing,
Mhm.
which was like pretty strong, and they just made like I just told them to make it like different, like to make it like wider in the back, and it was pretty strong. That black frame was pretty strong.
Yeah.
I mean, for what I did on it and didn't break it.
Well, and probably nobody else is really pushing it to that level like then or really much since, you know.
I mean, nah, I mean, I do kind of wish there was more people like doing like really big stuff, like in a row.
Or even having the ability to do that.
But you know what I'm saying? Like that's my next part. I want it to be like really, 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 really good. Like Andrew Reynolds, Stay Gold part.
I don't know if I've seen it. I've like fallen so out of every loop. Oh, don't look at me like that. What a face you're making.
Dude, Andrew Reynolds Stay Gold part.
Okay, I'll put up my phone right now. Hang on.
I mean, yo, that man is like 36, 37 years old in that video. He's just like,
I might have seen it. I might have seen it.
it's it's just huge gap at the front side flip, front
Of
side
course, front
360,
side flip. That's all he does.
back side 360, front side 360, front side flip, board slide. Like
Okay, I might have
it's
found it. Let me try.
and it's got the arcade fire joint on it. Oh.
Is this it?
Now it's the B side.
Oh, is it? Damn.
It's dark and he's like watering plants with this kid, like in his yard, his little daughter. You can relate.
It's probably not on YouTube because they.
It is on YouTube.
It is or is not?
Andrew Reynolds, Stay Guard, Stay Gold, full part. Andrew
Okay.
Reynolds, Stay Gold, full part.
Alright.
I've seen it like 1,000 times. Yeah, like I said, like I wanna. I mean, I guess I mean, I don't like to say that, like, but like, I want to like I want to see a part like that in fixed gear, but I also want to make it myself.
Yeah, you want to be the one to create that vision of the bike riding.
Yeah, like, oh, he's been doing it this long, you know, like, and then keep going after that. But like, I need to put that under me. I don't like my old part still a little bit. I'm like, eh.
What's your favorite part you ever did?
The word is bond part is pretty good.
Yeah.
The Capone bike video I put out was pretty good, but like, I like a little to it.
What was your
Maybe
relationship?
the new Capone one was pretty good.
What's the story with Capone? Like, what's your relationship with them?
I don't even have a sponsor right now.
Yeah.
No sponsors. I have zero sponsors.
How many people have sponsors right now?
Not that many. But I don't know. I need. I mean, that's where I feel like I need to start. I need to make. Maybe I need to make a company again.
Dude, I'll make you some straps and I'll sponsor you.
Yeah, send me a bag. I don't write for Chrome anymore.
What happened there?
I went to jail.
Oh, wow. For
Well, a bike got stolen in New York. This guy, that dude Z Washington, two strap Washington,
oh yeah
New York block bullies.
yeah.
Yeah, his bike got stolen, and I saw it on Avenue D, like near the projects, like in like worst part of Manhattan. And I seen two like young like Spanish kids like riding it, and I just grabbed the handlebar and I was like, "Hey, like, get off the bike! Like, this ain't your bike, homie." And he was like, "The fuck out of here!" And one kid started calling his boy, and I was like, "Fuck, dude!" Like, and so I was like, "You know what? He wants to call like the hood out. I'm gonna call the cops. This is a stolen bike." You know what I mean? So then the kid starts snuffing me and like grab my phone. So then I just snuffing me meaning punching. Started punching me.
I was like,
So then
I'm gonna act like I know what that slang means. Like, snuffing.
all right,
Okay.
yeah. He started punching me in the face, and then I threw him on the floor, and I held my knee to his face, and I was like, "You don't give me my fucking phone, I'm gonna knee you in the fucking face." And he gave me the phone, and then the cop showed up, and they beat the shit out of me, and I got charged with I got charged with felony robbery.
For taking your phone back from the guy that robbed you.
No, the bicycle. Like I was trying to rob the bicycle,
Well, like,
but
did that guy steal the bike or buy the bike stolen? Probably knowingly.
stole it.
Yeah.
But so when we were like, I was in jail for like 2 days, and then when I got upstairs to talk to my lawyer, I was like, "Listen, like, I'm a pro bike rider. My pro handlebars were on the they had Medicine Man bars on the bike.
Right. Yeah.
You know, there's only like 100 of those made. We made like 150 of those. Like, there's not like I know everyone that's in New York.
You mean these?
You mean these? Ooh, where'd you get those?
I'm not even sure.
Maybe me.
I don't know. I definitely have them in my hands. I don't know. I don't know the history.
Yo, those might be from me, dude. I swear to God.
It's not impossible. I remember I had like a number of broken hand-me-down bits from you. Like you gave me like the half peg, but also a wheel on that same trip when I was in New York, and I used that. It got me through like because I was so broke on all these like all these trips I've been going on. Have been I don't know how I've strung it all together. Like
Anytime somebody broke a bike, like I was good at like manipulating sponsors to like send me stuff,
yeah.
and I would just try to like keep everybody rolling.
How long was like everybody getting free velocities? How many think they gave us? I got a lot of velocities. Yeah, but you probably got a lot of velocities. Tom probably got a lot of velocities.
I had boxes. I had boxes of them. Like they would send me like 10 at a time, 20 at a time,
Really?
and I'd run through them.
Okay.
I'd
See, you're on like
run.
a way whole different level. I would just be like, I'd get a set, running into the ground, and then like on its last legs, it'd be like, "Hey, think I can maybe do another set?" And they just like send a pair just to keep me rolling, you know?
A lot of the times I'd be like, it's kind of hard for me to build a new set. You guys, I need the formula. I need the lace. I need the lace up. You need a full wheel. That was awesome. They were hooking it up.
Yeah, I don't know.
But their
Maybe.
shit was breaking all the time. And like when I went 26, and because I like stayed sponsored by them, I went to their like P Series wheel. Not P Series. What wheel was it called? P35.
Yeah, we said at the same time. Do you ever have
P35.
blunts?
I was just breaking those so quickly.
Yeah, like the dome shaped one, right?
Yeah, and then I was like, and the MTX wheel was so cheap, like the
Yeah.
rim.
Well, you
But I
you
just
and Mike really like made those popular, right?
Well, Mike was the first one to find it out, like find out that that was it.
Yeah. Mike did a lot of like pioneering and pushing things, and
He nerded out a lot, like
he was the first one to go dual 26.
yeah, that's what pushed. He did it,
When I saw him do it, I was like, "Fuck it, I'm doing it too."
yeah, and I was like, yeah, I'm not doing it. Like it's not ready. You know, it wasn't ready. Like it
No,
really
'cause
wasn't.
it
There
was
was no
Mike's-
bike made for it.
Yeah, it was like made
But
for Center C wheel.
when we set out on the venture to make that bike, I was like, all right, I'm gonna switch to 26, and I'm gonna practice on the 26
You're talking
now.
about like the grime frame, right?
Well, I went 26 on the Gorilla first,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
and we put out that 420 at it.
Yeah, yeah. Yo, tell me about. So how did grime happen?
uh, I was on Gorilla, and then I got Mike on Gorilla, and I got Tori on Gorilla because I wanted all my friends on my team,
Yeah.
you know, and we were like, yo, like we're a team, like we need to make like T-shirts and stuff now, like, you know, and like I tried to make a company with Tori first.
Yeah. What did you want to do?
Like,
Like a bike company?
He was like, I'll make my own company. He's like I'm not doing anything with anybody. And I'm like, ah,
Broke your heart.
I thought we were friends. but like, you know, like I met Mike at Midwest Mayhem 1. Remember? Like,
That's where you guys first met?
Yeah, we became best friends off like just like this. Like we were like I remember me and Tori saw him, and I was like, Tori, look, it's Mike
Really?
Schmidt. Like I knew
Are you,
his
like,
face.
fanboying?
No, I said it right in front of him too. I said, "Hey, Tori, check it out. It's Mike Schmidt."
Yeah.
And he had these like sunglasses on. He's like real stoned. He's just like, "Yo." He drove with like some girls from like Baltimore, whatever. He drove up with those girls, like, and then like immediately Mike was like, "Yo, you want to smoke a bowl?" And I was like, "Fuck yeah, I want to smoke a bowl, Mike Schmidt. Let's go smoke a motherfucking bowl, Mike Schmidt." I was like, I like Mike Schmidt.
Yeah.
Mike Schmidt.
Are you guys still really tight?
I mean, kind of like we like grew apart, kind of, because like he put a lot of work in the turf, and I wasn't really doing anything at the time.
Right.
But like, I mean, I guess I'm still a little salty because like I felt like really responsible for like helping him. You know what I mean? Like being like a big part, like that he should just be like, hey, like. But I don't know. We'll see what happens in the future.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
Maybe
there's
we'll watch this and be like, and Mike.
Well, he's still pushing pretty hard, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's like I told you, I typed to you. I was like, I'm fixing your freestyle, blood in, blood out. Like
I know.
he is, you know, like I can't let it go. Like, and he can't let it go. He's invested that much.
Yeah.
He's invested just as much as I have by now.
Well, yeah. I
took
mean, it's like a
I
drop
took-
in the ocean every day now.
Yeah, exactly. I took 2.5 years off.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like, if we're looking at, like, the timeline we're saying, we are coming up on a decade of fixed gear freestyle. From when we sort of, like, what it was, like, a first seed to this moment now, it's been a decade. It's a thing, you know? And it's not gone. It's definitely... But, like, what
Like,
do you think...
nigga, yo, it's like, nigga, we made it.
But, I mean, I feel like there's, like... It's gone through this rapid life of, like, birth wild stuff and back down. Like, and so what is the thing that gives me comfort knowing that it'll always exist is because just like with blading will always exist because like fixed gear, like BMX, like skateboarding, it's a unique experience that you can only do via that thing. So there's always going to be humans that want to do that unique thing, and it's a different like it provides you with an experience that's different from BMX, it's different from mountain biking for sure, you know.
Yo, there's still young kids from San Jose, like, because I use San Jose as an example because San Jose was the most vibrant city in America, and Long Beach, but I think San Jose a little more.
What's San Jose like?
There was like some days where there'd be 100 kids riding fixed freestyle at a
Really?
spot.
Wait, because you live there, right? For a bit?
I moved there for like 2 years.
Yeah, right?
And I went there. I stayed at Scott Horton's house. I met Matt Reyes. And I was like, I remember I saw, like, we went to I-D, and there was like, man, kids just showing up on fixed freestyle bikes. I was like, what?
Right, because you were coming from New York, where it was a kind of smaller scene, and...
No scene,
yeah.
Like me and Mike.
Yeah, and Tori. Yeah.
Tori. But...
And John Prawley. He was probably killing it.
Not that time.
No,
Not that time.
Yeah, so go on, San Jose.
San Jose got, like, it was amazing. It was like, I was like, oh my god, I need to move here. And then I went on a tour to, after I came back, and it was like February or something like that. It was the winter time, and I was just like in Cali. I was like, I'm in Cali. It's winter, it's snowing in New York right now. I'm riding bikes.
Yeah.
Like, this is the best. And me and Mike were just like living at Scott Horton's house. And then I was like, I said, like, I'm coming back. Like, I'm going to come back and move here. Let's try. And then I had got hit by a car. Remember, I got hit by a car, and like that was after I met you. I got hit by a car.
Yeah, so I know like a T thing. So that was after the first time we met.
Yeah, we met, and then I got hit by a car, and my foot was broken. I remember you wrote it on the internet somewhere. You like it's a shame like Wonka hit, like you wrote on one of those fixedgear.New York. Like you wrote like it sucks like Wonka got hit by a car and he's hurt and he couldn't be in bootleg sessions too, you know, and I couldn't because I was hurt. I broke my foot.
Damn, man.
You're like, damn, your memory is incredible.
Yeah,
I remember that.
You got that 5-HTP.
5-HTP. Joe Rogan.
Joe Rogan, man. I put butter in my coffee now.
It helps. A little fat, you know?
Actually, I've started putting coconut oil in my coffee, and that's another thing he turned me on to, and it's amazing. It actually releases all these things that's good for your body, blah, blah, and all the details, you know. But I was going to say, because when you got hit by the truck, you were messengering then, right? When you got hit by the truck? Or you just, like, you were a messenger at that time?
No, I was messengering, and I got hit, and,
because that really shaped, like, a big chunk of their future at that time, right?
Well, I had been being kind of like a piece of shit, like...
Was it karma?
Like the way...
Did you deserve it?
Yeah, I thought I did. I was like, oh, I deserve this. And I was hitting, like, rock bottom, kind of.
Yeah.
And so what happened was I got hit by the car, and I had, you know, they have those commercials, you know, like the insurance settlement. You're like, I want my money and I want it now.
Yeah.
Like I got my money and I got now. Like
really?
I got $10,000 given to me because I got hit by the car.
So that's the exact same as the girl that took me on that big trip. Her name's Jen Carroll, and she's amazing. And I'm honestly, I'm eternally grateful to her. Sorry, go on. $10,000. You got money?
I got money, and then I was like, I bought like I went crazy. I was just like wilding out, like doing whatever, and then I had like 3,000 left, and I spent like close to $2,000 at uh, what was that store called? Trackstar. I
Really?
spent like close
Oh
to
yeah, man.
2,000 building my IRO.
Really?
I got Chris King headset, like IRO frame, like Sagino Messenger cranks, like deep V's. It was expensive.
Yeah, yeah. Man, Trackstar was this like thing in my head that I thought so much about before I ever got to go to New York. You know, like just like
Yeah.
what they were and what they were in the scene, and I thought they were so cool.
The little
They'd have like
mini
a
hat.
Trackstar sticker. Yeah,
I had all the colors of the mini hat.
yeah, dude. The mini hat. I wore it. I had a black one. I wore it all the time, and actually, like, it's the hat I met Marnie in.
I that's like yo, that hat was like